good. Love it. Okay, we're just going to wait a couple of minutes. We're going to be transitioning to another call. So this next call is going to be all about rise to rank, and how to get to executive and silver. I am so excited. Okay, for those of you who are on the call right now, tell me, what are you going for? What are you running for between now and June 30th? Tell me in the comment box, are you running to executive? Are you running to silver? What does it look like for you? Go ahead and type it into the chat box. Silver, yes, yes. Love it, Ivy. Ashley and Jennifer, executive, awesome. I love it. Working on re-ranking my husband's account. Awesome, yes. Okay, just for the purpose of the recording. Hey, you guys, we are moving into our rise to rank and how to get to executive and silver. I'm super excited to be doing this call. You guys, this is literally the best incentive Young Living has ever done. This blows the silver and six just out of the water because executives qualify too. I am so stinking excited. So I wanted to do a little quick recap, and then I'm happy to answer questions for anybody, or if you have strategies you want to share, or you're like, I just need some help me do this. So what the Rise to Rank incentive is, it's amazing. So it started February 1 and it's going to go all the way to June 30. So we have a few months, right, going through. And what it is if you rank up to executive, you're going to get this amazing prize package. It includes the Select 30 set plus the Ember diffuser. And the retail value on it, I think, is over $1,600. It is huge. And then if you rank up to silver within that same time frame, right, anytime between February to June 30th, you're going to get the Premier Aroma Collection. I think it has over 120 oils plus an Aria diffuser. Like, it is way bigger than the silver and six prize that was around a few years ago. The retail value on that is over $5,000. Who could use $5,000 worth of goodies? Can I just tell you, when I originally got my set, I still use it. I still use it when I teach classes, when I do events at my house. It is like I bring it open, right? I have mine alphabetized. Some people do it by color. Everybody's different. But that's what we use every time I have an event at my house. So not only is it just an amazing prize, but it's also a fantastic teaching tool and a great incentive, right, for anybody on your team who wants it too. Let me just tell you, I hustled like crazy to get that set. And I know everybody here on this call can absolutely do it too. So there is nobody on here, whether you're an associate and you just got started with the business and got the brand, just upgraded to brand partner, you can absolutely do it. I have seen all kinds of things. I've seen people hit executive in 2 months, hit silver in 4 to 5 months. It is absolutely possible. And just to answer any questions that some people may have, here's the thing is it is for new ranks to executive and silver, as well as re-ranks. So look at what your rank was in January 2022, right? You'll be able to see what your rank is, right? So if your rank was senior star or star associate, you could go for the executive prize and go for the silver prize. If your rank at the close of January 2022 was executive, you can go for the silver prize. So you can absolutely stack the prizes depending on whatever your rank was at the end of January. But I think that is huge. So if you add that together, oh my gosh, that's like $7,000 worth of freebies from Young Living. Again, everybody on this call can absolutely do it. So here's something to think about. And if you know me, I like to reverse engineer things. I am absolutely like the stats strategy person. And this is something that I like to do. So can you guys do me a favor? If you haven't done this yet, I want you to go look this up, okay? What was your OGV at the end of January? And then what were your legs? What was your leg volume? So as you're looking this up, I'm just going to do kind of a quick recap for anybody who might be new or may not know the different ranks, but Young Living has these different ranks, right, within the company. And in a nutshell, as you're sort of building to rank, executive is the first one where you're going to need what we call legs, okay? And so in order to hit executive, right, you need 4,000 in OGV. That's your overall group volume. And then you need 2 legs at 1,000 each, okay? So what that means is for many of us, do you know what we did? We enrolled our mom, our sister, our spouse, you know, someone close to us to be those main legs. I don't know if you like legs this way or legs this way, whatever you like to do. We have rank maps in our group too. But just think about this. Your overall OGV is 4,000, and then you've got a leg here at 1,000 and a leg here at 1,000. So if you haven't done it yet, if you don't have the structure in place for executive yet, that's okay. You've got time to do it. But what I would recommend is enroll your spouse, enroll your sister, enroll like a close friend, and just say, let's do this together. Let's build this business together. We could even teach classes together, but you'll want to make sure you've got that structure in place, right? Those 2 legs, right? They can be your leg leaders. And then you'll have teams, right, under each of those legs to make up that volume of 1,000. So for those of you who are looking at your OGV, right, and your leg volume as of January, tell me in the comment box, what was your ending OGV and your leg volume, okay? If you're going for executive, tell me what it was for executive. If you're going for silver, tell me what it was for silver. So I just told you executive is overall 4,000 and then 2 legs, right, at 1,000 each. With silver, it's going to be a bit more, okay? It's going to be 10,000 in OGV, 2 legs at 4,000 each, right? And then you're going to want to have something new. It's called PGV. What that means is at silver, you've got the 2 legs over here, right? Your PGV is your volume. It's your personal group volume. What that means is it's the OGV outside of these 2 legs. Maybe you're someone who's already started a 3rd leg. Great. That 3rd leg and anybody else that's on your level 1 will be considered part of your PGV. But those 2 legs at 4,000, right? That's not going to be considered part of your PGV. So if you have questions about this, I would highly recommend going to our Gather and Dwell group and looking at rank maps. We also have the compensation plan. You can go to Young Living and see the compensation plan, but there are some nice visuals there. So when you're going for silver, again, 10,000 in OGV, 2 legs of 4,000 each, and then you'll want PGV, okay? PGV is the 1,000 outside of those 2 legs. It could be customers on your front line. It could be a 3rd or 4th leg, any of those things. It's that combination, okay? So here's what I like to do is reverse engineer and figure out what is the volume that I need to hit the next level, right? So let's say I'm a senior star right now and my OGV is 3,000 and I need 4,000, right? So that's 1,000 difference in the OGV that I need. Here's what I like to do, and I like to break it down. Sort of the average order that people are spending. You can look this up too. You can go to Wild Insights or Oily Trends and look this up and look at the average order of the people, right, who are ordering on your team. What I see is roughly about 100 PV. So to reverse engineer that and figure this out, what I know is in order for me to get to the next rank, right? Let's say, again, I have 3,000 in OGV and I need to get to 4,000. I reverse engineer it. The difference is 1,000 in OGV. The average order is 100. That means I'm going to need, 10 orders, right? 10 orders of 100 OGV or 100 PV to equal 1,000. So I need to be thinking, how am I going to get 10 people in addition to what I already have to be spending 100 PV? And here's what I want you to keep in mind is you don't necessarily need to on your own get 10 people to spend 100. What you need to work on is you do it, but also help your team as well, right? So do they know how to share their link? Do they know how, like where the scripts are or how to even share essential oils with other people? Have you connected with them so that they know that they can partner with you to be sharing essential oils? So I love to reverse engineer that. So again, average order is about 100 PV. So how many 100 PV orders do you need to get to that next level? Write it down. You can comment too, but write that down. You can do the same thing for your legs. Let's say you've got 3,000 in OGV and then you have 2 legs, right? Maybe it's 500 each. So you know you need to have, right, 1,000 in OGV and each leg needs 500 of it. So that kind of makes it easy, right? You can go into leg 1, work with them, help them to enroll people. Maybe you're enrolling and you can move people under leg 1 or leg 2, and then do the same thing with the other. So really kind of looking at, strategically and like the overall view, that's what I really like to do. It really sort of helps me to figure out, where do I need to spend my time? Where do I need to talk to people? And you know what? Here's the thing with this incentive, everybody on your team, every single person on your team could do executive. They could hit executive too. So talking about the benefits of becoming a brand partner. We just had a call on this last week with Ashley Diet, who did a fabulous call on this. And she talked all about how to become a brand partner. Make sure that they know the benefits. Can I just tell you, flexibility, working at home, making your own hours, another income stream in addition to what you already have. I'm telling you, we have never been more and better positioned, right, to show people what it's like to have another income stream than right now. I feel like so many people I know are looking either for a job, looking for another income stream, want to spend more time with their family. This is the time to be talking about it. So hold on one second. I need to switch my battery. Okay, so tell me in the comments, was there any surprise for anybody? Have you done this exercise before? Do you have questions on what to do now that you know how to kind of reverse engineer figuring out how much OGV you need? And then here's what I want you to think about. Let's say you need those 10 orders of 100 PV each. I want you to think, what do you have set up for this month? Do you have classes? Do you have things planned on social media? What do you have planned to get 10 orders, right? In this case, in that example, maybe for you, it's 5 orders, maybe for you, it's 15 or more. But what on your calendar, does your calendar reflect the enrollments that are going to come because of these efforts? So think about that. And this is, again, where I feel like it's such a great opportunity to plan. If I know I need to get 10 new people this month, right? That's an indication for me that I need to ramp up my in-person classes, my online classes, my social media presence, right? Maybe my email efforts or whatever I'm working on. And also, don't think that it's just your effort alone. It's your entire team effort, especially when we're talking about OGV, or it could be a leg effort. So really digging down and finding out what are some of the goals or the income, like the income goals for people on your team, and working together. I'll give you an example. I'm going to be working with some builders of my team to be doing more on Instagram, because that's an area that we see a huge opportunity for, right? I've got some local leaders where we're going to be teaching classes together, because I have, right, the OGV goals and they have the OG goals. So we're teaming up together. So tell me, do you feel like your calendar reflects what your OGV needs to be? I know, just like reverse engineering it, it's a little bit of, being transparent. It's okay. It's good. You guys tell me in the comments, do you feel like your calendar reflects what your OGV needs to be? That's a hard one. I actually have to ask myself this all the time. Also, what questions do you guys have about rise to rank and getting to executive and getting to silver? Tell me in the comments, or feel free to unmute yourself too. We can do a Q&A portion now. Yeah, this is good. Wendy and Vanessa, you know what? Being transparent, right? And really talking about, where you need to be and where the gaps are is huge. So if you're not where you need to be, set it up. Set it up, right? If you had in-person classes planned, but maybe people can't come because of different things happening, right? I actually just had COVID myself. I get it. Then you can pivot, right? That's what's so great about this business is there's no one way to do this. It doesn't have to be just classes or just social media. You can absolutely pivot, right? And do different things. I love it. And Stacy, yes, I love this. So if you didn't know this about Young Living, we talked about this earlier where your spouse can be one of your accounts. Here's the other benefit to this is not only can your spouse be another like leg that's under you, I want you to think what would be sort of like the, how would you feel about getting not just one, but 2 paychecks from Young Living, right? Your check and your spouse check. This is, again, why I love having a spouse or someone really close like that in my household as one of my leg leaders, because that's another paycheck coming in. So you can work together on that. So thank you so much for that, Stacy. Okay, so really good questions in here. Stephanie is saying, I need to get over my fears and do videos to boost my online presence. Stephanie, I would highly recommend following some of our girls on our team. Maybe we'll do a post and gather and dwell. We have women on our team who are killing it, especially on Instagram. And let me just tell you, it really is just about sharing your everyday life, whether that's like the label reading that I did on the class previous to this, or just showing what you use in your skincare, your diffuser, but just every day showing up and showing what you're using. The ladies that we have on Instagram are doing a fantastic job of that. So I also feel like the everyday sharing and not feeling like it needs to be perfect is the best way to do it, because guess what? Nobody relates to perfect. If there's like Hot Mess Express going on, people relate to that. So I would absolutely recommend doing it. Okay. Ivy, I need to get caught up on silver training. Yes, girl, you're like right there. I am so excited for you. It is for sure happening. I know it. Ashley has a great question. Where do you see the most responses? Social media, in-person classes, online classes? Ashley, here's the crazy thing. It runs the gamut. We've got some people who just crush at in-person. We've got other people who crush at social media. And I will just tell you, just my own opinion is I personally think it would be most beneficial to do different things. I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. If I had to, I'd probably pick social media. But I also feel like there's just so much with in-person. I personally do more education for my team rather than like prospecting classes in person, but I definitely like to do online classes. So it really runs the gamut. And here's the thing is really look at social media as not only a way to do the education and getting the sign up, but sometimes social media can also just be a great prospecting tool, because maybe someone, right, finally will come to a class, whether it's online or in person, because they see you constantly posting on social media. So I feel like they kind of lead into each other, both prospecting, but also leading to signups too. Love it. Ashley said that her husband is signed up. Yes, I hope he's one of your legs. It's awesome. And yeah, see, Stacey agrees. It just depends on you and your community of people. But I do feel like doing a mix of in-person is huge, along with social media. So Ashley said she's got 2 fun classes booked up in person. And yeah, girl, I would be doing lots on social media to really pump up those in-person events and creating sort of like that urgency and scarcity for the in-person, because that's kind of the thing, right? What are they going to get in person that they can't get online or through social media? That community, maybe that like taking something with them. I think you're doing a succulent class with Jen, but just that is going to be huge. And the fact that it's going to be so much fun, those are the things that I would really be promoting to drive more traffic to the in-person class. Love this from Stacy. She's thinking about doing in person for her existing members around her kitchen table. Can I just tell you, I know Stacy has built around the kitchen table. Many of us have built around the kitchen table, but to help teach them and help her grow and get them to executive. Yes, 100% agree on that one. I love this from Michelle Jernigan, who's saying her sweet spot has been sharing online and then saying yes to everything that people are offering. I love this. So, so smart, Michelle. So what she's talking about this is like, if you get invited to like a mom's wine night, or maybe there's like an event at the kids' school, or some girlfriend wants to meet up for coffee, right? Saying yes to the in-person events. I'm going to tell you, a lot of times on social media, people lurk. Can you guys just tell me in the comment box, how many of you are lurkers? My enroller posted all the time on Facebook and I totally lurked. I didn't comment. I didn't I did not engage at all. I was like literally the worst person ever. And one day, this is what she said. I've got a coupon. It might have been a $10 off coupon. You guys know we've got the 10% off coupons now. And she just said, I've got a $10 coupon, who wants it? And I was like, oh, me, I want it. But before then, I expressed zero interest, didn't even engage on her post, but I saw them, right? So this is what I love about what Michelle is saying. There are so many people, right, who see what you're posting on social media, but don't comment, don't engage at all, but they see it. That's why it's important to keep doing it, even if you're not seeing the engagement, because chances are they were a lurker just like me and like many of you, it looks like in the comments. But here's the thing, there was something, right? That $10 coupon, that was the urgency and the scarcity, right? That converted me. Or in the case of Michelle, she's saying yes, right, to all the different invites that she's getting to that have nothing to do with oils. But guess what? When they see her, they go, you know what? I remember you talked about that thieves cleaner, or you talked about that essential oils kit. Tell me more, right? So just increasing your exposure, right, to other people, right, at different things in person is going to be huge. I love this, Carolyn. She said Jen was a lurker for 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, I wasn't quite that long. I think I was like maybe 2 months. But Jen was a lurker for 2 years before signing up with Chelsea. You just never know where they're going to come from. And here's like the icing on the cake is Jen is now a platinum. And here's something that especially for those of you who've been doing Young Living for a little while, you know, with everything that's gone on, right? The last couple of years and COVID and, you know, some people not wanting to get together in person, and maybe it was you, right? To a certain extent, it was me too. Here's the thing, right? The best is yet to come. What if the biggest builders on your team haven't even enrolled yet? Write that down. What if the biggest builders on my team haven't even enrolled yet? I love that, because what it really shows us is, rather than look in the past of like what was, we can look towards the future of what could be and what is, right? So when you write down, my biggest builders haven't even enrolled yet, that is huge motivation to keep sharing, to stay out there and to keep talking to people, because you could have the next Jen Gaskell, right, who was lurking for 2 years and then finally enrolled and then became a platinum, right? You could have a future diamond on your team that you don't even know who they are yet. Or maybe they're a family member but haven't expressed interest yet. So write that down. The biggest builders on my team haven't even enrolled yet. Love that. Love it. I love this from Ivy as well. Someone is always watching. You never would have ever imagined that they would sign up, and they do. Oh, even middle school bullies. That was such a good story, Ivy, when you told us at Winter Harvest. That's the thing. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who, right, is learning from you. But this is why it's really important to be consistent. And I'm going to tell you guys, I have been one of the worst offenders on Instagram lately. And this is why I was like, okay, who wants to do this? So I've got a group of ladies who are wanting to do more on Instagram, and we're going to do it together. But you can do this. If you want to have an accountability partner, if you want to have, right, a group of people who want to do this with you, type in the comment box. Let's find you someone, right, or a group where you can do this together. And here's what I want to tell you is there's always room at the table, right? Whether you're new, whether you've been building for a while, or maybe took a break, there is always room at the table on our team with this company, with your best builders who have not even enrolled yet. There is always room. Okay, so keep that in mind, write that down, and just know you can always restart, right? Especially for those of you who had to take a break. It's okay. That's the beauty of this business, right? Is that it ebbs and flows with what we've got going on in our personal life. This is the number one reason why I love this, is because we are our own bosses. Nobody else is telling us how to do this. But what we do is we come together as a team and support each other. So if you need, right, one-on-one time, I am happy to help you. I know your upline is happy to help you. If you need an accountability partner, or if you, again, want a group of ladies to do maybe a class together, in person, online, maybe a social media strategy, let's do it. Make sure you comment in the Gather and Dwell group. We'd be happy to do it. I love this from Stacy, building around the kitchen table. So literally, people are sitting around the kitchen table and you're just passing around oils. This is how I like to teach my in-person, my online classes too, is I like people to feel like they're just sitting around the table and we're passing oils around. So good. Okay, what other questions do you guys have or comments about Rise to Rank or getting to Executive and Silver? Any questions that I can answer? It's pretty straightforward, but like I said, when you reverse engineer the volume that you need, that gives you a really good idea, right, of what you need to do. Here's something else that I wanted to mention, especially for those of you who have been building for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about, is let's say again to the example, you've got 3,000 OGV, you want to hit executive, that's 4,000 OGV, you've got a 1,000 OGV gap, right? That doesn't necessarily mean 10 people, right, at 100 PV and they're all new. Have you gone through to see who's not on subscription yet? That could be a huge area to focus on during this challenge. Is yes, new people, because we always want new people. You never, again, your best builders are yet to come, but also helping those people on your team who don't have a subscription yet, excuse me, and looking to see how can you serve and help them. Something that I've done in the past, and I know many of you have done, is I'll send them a postcard with maybe a sample of like Thieves toothpaste or Thieves household cleaner. That's probably my number one sample that I love to send. And just let them know that I'm here to help them. They can check out other things, right? Giving them suggestions. Something else that we've done and that I personally like to do is reach out to people who are not on subscription yet and offer to do a 3-month wellness plan. So this is a really great way to dig in with people and to find out what are their health needs or their family's health needs. Maybe they'll tell you they've got, products that they want to ditch and switch, or maybe they tell you they've got hormone stuff going on or their kids aren't sleeping. People are really forthcoming when you're really transparent and just go, I'm here to help you. Can I do a 3-month wellness plan for you? And so what I'll do is help them and show them month 1, here are some products that you can use. Month 2, here are some products that you can use. Month 3, here are some products that you can use. And then showing them how they can build that on subscription is going to be huge. So if you haven't done it yet, I would highly suggest go run a report in the virtual office for people who are not on subscription, and then do your outreach. That could be a great way to fill in that gap, that OGV or leg volume gap that you need to hit that executive or to hit that silver rank. And if you need a good benchmark, I'm just putting this out there because again, I'm kind of like a stats person. You can look at this in Wild Insights or Oily Tools or Oily Trends. Look at your ER or STS, that's subscribe to save. Look at your percentage for your team. Okay, you can even look at it by legs, which is really cool. Look at it for your team. A benchmark that you're going to want to go for is about 40%. Now, there are some people who have way more than 40%, and I would love to invite them. If you have more than 40%, we need to invite you to tell us what you're doing and share your strategies. But about 40% is kind of that sweet spot. So go back and look at your stats. You guys, stats are meaningless unless we do something about it. So go look, run some reports. You can go in the virtual office and see who's not unsubscribed to see. You can go to Wild Insights or Oily Trends and look at your subscription percentage. If it's not at 40%, then you know exactly where you need to put your focus, right? So putting your focus on helping those people get on subscription and helping and working on enrolling new people as well. That's always a given, is enrolling new people. But I think sometimes we focus on enrolling new people that we forget about the amazing people that we already have. Here's the other thing I want to do as kind of a reminder, is it's very easy to believe, because these are the thoughts that we sometimes believe, they've been with us for 3 months, 6 months, years, and they've never been interested in the business. So I'm not going to talk to them about it. Can I just tell you, I love this example of Jen, right? Not joining with, she was a lurker for 2 years before she got signed up. Well, guess what? You've got people lurking on your team who have not considered the business before, but maybe now is the time they're actually ready. I've had so many people, I am not kidding, 4 or 5 years later, who then express interest in the business. You don't know what someone's going through. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they didn't need the extra income, right? Or maybe they didn't want to have their own business. You never know. So keep talking about the business. So not only offering that 3-month wellness plan, but also keep talking about the business. Did you know you have a share YL link? Do you know how to earn a check from Young Living? It's so easy. And here's something that I've heard quite a bit from people is, well, since the compensation plan updated, I just don't know what to share with people. Is this something that you've experienced too? Maybe you've been building for a while. I don't know how to share that. I don't know how to tell people they get paid, right? I'm going to tell you, it's actually easier now. I thought it was actually really complicated before because it was a $25 and 25% and all of this. It's so easy now. You tell someone, share your YL link, you earn 25%, right? That is so easy. It's better than most affiliate programs. Listen, you guys, as a side job, I'm a blogger. Most affiliate programs run about 8%. If I'm lucky, it's 10 to 12%. 25% is huge. It's 25% for the first 3 months, and then it goes into unilevel, which is between 4 and 8%, depending on how deep they are in your organization. So that's easy, right? I think sometimes we just need new messaging to replace what was easy for us before. But just think about this. If your team member, right, someone on your team shares their Share YL link, that person orders 200 PV, that's $50 in their pocket, right? 25% of 200. So just like work on those messaging points, because I find when I make it easy just like that, that's what simplifies it for the other person. So don't dismiss the people on your team. Those are amazing people who just haven't seen the benefits of subscription yet, or the benefits of the business yet, but this could be their time. Love it. I love this from Ivy. My goal is to talk more about the business. I get nervous talking about it. I get it. I think that is a common concern from a lot of people, is talking about the business. And what I would suggest is, what attracted you to the business? Because I feel like in the ways that people relate to us and how we got into oils or the Young Living products are similar. So I'll give you an example. I like to talk about how we had autoimmune issues, we were reading food labels, then we read product labels, right? So that's kind of how I teach on Young Living products. For the business, the way I like to teach it is, I was, working in a corporate job, never saw my kids, and I wanted to have something, but I didn't know what I could do. And Young Living fell into my lap, and knowing that I could have a flexible schedule around my kids' schedule, knowing that I could make my own hours, be my own boss, kind of like having a franchise, but I don't need to do anything. I'm not shipping. I'm not doing customer service. I'm not doing fulfillment. I'm not maintaining a website. I literally do the education. Like whatever is that hook for you, that is something to be working on as the hook to share with someone else. But I'm telling you, again, I'm in different Facebook groups, right? And the number one thing that I see from people is, I'm worried I'm going to lose my job. I wish I had more flexibility. I wish I could spend more time with my kids. I wish I knew I could do my own business, right? Without the heavy cost. You guys, it's just a brand partner kit at $29.95. That's it. That's all you need to do to start business with Young Living. Talk about low overhead compared to a franchise where you need hundreds of thousands of dollars. So again, whatever that hook is for you, flexible schedule, be your own boss, work from home, whatever that looks like, that is the hook that you can also use to talk to other people. The other thing that I would just recommend is keep talking about it. So again, people lurk about the oils, right? People lurk when you're talking about what your lifestyle, what your business lifestyle is like. So make sure you're constantly talking about how you love, right? Doing this business, being at home, maybe spending more time with your family, not having an income ceiling. That was huge for me. I hated having pay grades. It always irritated me. I'm like, I do a good job. Why are you putting a ceiling on me? I love with Young Living, it is 100% based on your efforts of what you pull in. It's so good. I love this from Michelle. I never would have considered being a brand partner if someone wasn't talking about it, right? I wasn't going to ask questions about it, right? So if the other person isn't asking questions, how are they going to know it's possible? It's just like sharing our oils, you guys. If we don't get out there and share how to use our oils, they won't know, right? They might actually sign up with someone else. The same goes for the business. If we don't share the business opportunity and like how much we love it, and how we can get our oils paid for. Here's the thing, you don't really know what someone's motivation is. It could just be getting their orders paid for. It could be a $200 check. It could be a $500 check. Not everybody is going to be looking to do this as a full-time business, but there's something in there that will resonate. I will tell you, for me, this is going to sound super silly. I wanted to have someone clean my house, because I really hate doing laundry. Like, I loathe doing the laundry. It will just sit there in the laundry basket, never getting folded, because I hate it so much. Even my kids, we all hate it. So you know what attracted me to the business is I was like, I cannot wait to be able to have someone come do my laundry. That was it, right? Everything else was gravy, but that was it for me. And maybe tell me what it was for you. Was it a part-time income? Was it getting your oils paid for? For me, that was it. For me, that was it. So why not talk about it? And again, I'm guilty of not doing it as much either. So let's commit together that we're going to be talking about the business more. You never know who's going to be lurking. Yep, I love this from Michelle. That income, giving herself a raise because corporate jobs weren't giving raises, right? Absolutely. Even though you're performing better, even though you're bringing in more income and doing more. Yeah, look, getting oils paid for. Not wanting to exchange dollars for hours, 100%. Paying off student loans. Stacy has like an amazing story on this. I feel like, girl, you should be sharing this like all the time. And Ivy, I'm like 1000% with you. I don't like having a boss either. Do you know how many people feel the same way and don't want to have a boss? I mean, think about it. What would be the ripple effect if you talked about this at least once a week on social media, how you don't have a boss, you have your own business, and how much you love it? What would be the ripple effect? How many people would be impacted by that? Oh, I love it. Stacy, I also have authority issues. I'm with you. I do too. Bridget, this is it. I'm telling you, this is the number one thing that people want right now. Being able to work from anywhere, anytime. with no income ceiling during a pandemic. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying it has never been more important to talk about the business, elevate the business, talk about why you're doing it. Love it. And I'm with you, Allison. Don't like working for someone else, especially people who don't appreciate you. Yes. And when you have sick kiddos, Kai just had a fever. Guess what? I was at home. I could do my business at home around, right, his schedule. It's amazing. All of these things, make sure you do this. Download the chat before we go in a couple of minutes. Download the chat. And I want you to work on a plan. Maybe it's on social media. Maybe it's the next time you have a class, you incorporate how you love doing the business as well. But get into the habit of talking about the business. Again, I'm in the same boat. I need to do this more as well. Let's do it together. Get into the habit of talking about the business. Love it. Heading to college, would love to come out without the debt. Oh, so many parents. I'm in the same boat with you, Kim. So good. You guys, I just want to look at, I'm looking at all the comments. There's probably at least 3 months worth of reasons to start a Young Living business in the comments. Download and save that baby right now. So good. Okay. Just wrapping this up. Does anybody else have questions, comments? Type in the chat box or feel free to unmute yourself. Otherwise, I think we got a plan, you guys. We have a plan to get to executive, get to silver and beyond. If you haven't already written it down, I want you to write down your best brand partners and builders haven't even enrolled yet. And I want you to make a plan on how to share the business. Yeah, I love that, Wendy. Let's have a call on how to close a class. I can just tell you real quickly, I find that how to close a class is really just teaching people how to order. I had built up in my head what the closing would look like. And when I just go, let me just show you how to order. We go to youngliving.com. We just add things to our cart, like literally showing. Can I just tell you, Wendy, I see people on social media doing this so well. They literally do a story, okay? Like I'm adding Thieves Cleaner to the cart and they'll show the web page. Okay, once you add to the cart, you're gonna add in your info, make sure you put my member ID, right? Next screen, get on subscription. So showing people how to order is really gonna be how to close a class, but we can certainly dedicate a whole class to that. Love it. And with business building, yes. Oh, love it. So inspired too, Bridget. You guys are amazing. Again, write it down. I will hit executive. For those of you who I know have already hit executive, you can do silver. I know you can. There is nobody on this call who can't do executive. And I know so many of you who can do silver as well. It's so, so good. Oh, I love this, Linda. She's saying, have your QR code on your phone. So can I just shout out Linda? She sold her home and is RVing right now with her husband. And she goes into these RV parks and she meets people, again, meeting people, so good. And she just has her oils going in her RV. She talks to people about it, shares her QR code. So she's on the road and she's sharing, and she's not even in the same RV park all the time. Love that story. So let's get out there. Let's work on figuring out where we have the gaps to reach executive and silver, working on subscribe to save and helping our members with the 3-month wellness plan and talking to them about the business. And then of course, let's work on elevating and talking about the business to everybody and working that into our social media strategy. Okay, so good. You guys have any other questions about Rise to Rank or ranking up to executive and silver? If you haven't yet, please go get the rank maps in Gather and Dwell. You can just search up rank maps and we've got them in there, and you can get one for executive and you can get one for silver, and you can just fill it in. I'm a very visual person myself, so I like to visually see like where my legs are, what my OGV needs to be. I like to break all that stuff down. And if you need one-on-one help, I am happy to help you. Just reach out to me. You can PM me, DM me, I'm happy to help. And of course, I know your upline is amazing and can help as well. But just wanted to say thank you all for being here. I know we ran a little bit late. I'm so excited. This is happening. I cannot wait and visualize and see you all at convention as new executives, as new silvers. It is happening. You guys visualize it. Think about what you're going to wear. What's the dress you're going to have on when you walk across the stage as a silver? I want you guys to visualize it. It's happening. All right. Thanks you guys for being with me tonight. You're amazing. All right. Love you all. Bye.